Good afternoon, everyone, and happy holidays. Yeah, great to see you all. Okay, happy December 22nd. I'm excited to be here with Brian today to pick grant winners. How are you doing, Brian?
Good afternoon. I'm great, Ryder. How are you?
Doing great. Yeah, this is one of my favorite times of the month where we pick out grant winners live. And yeah, today, if you're just tuning in, thank you for being here early. As we've been doing for 2 years, we're giving out grants. Today, we're giving out two 1K grants and one 5K grant. And got a lot more to get into besides the grants because this is going to be the last live we're doing this year. So, yeah, how do you feel about that, Brian?
Yeah, I can't believe the year's already over. I think everyone kind of feels that every year. It goes by. It goes by quick.
Yeah, and
Do you have
drop
do
in
you
where
have
you're
any
watching.
do you have any snow where you're at right now, Ryder?
No, but yeah, would love to hear first where you're watching from. Drop it in, and how the holidays are going for you so far, and yeah, anyone being affected by weather. Would love to hear. Drop it in, and also since you're here early, hit the like button as well because we've got a lot of good stuff to talk about today. Yeah, and all right, good to see so many familiar faces too. So yeah, hopefully people don't have too many travel disruptions. I know a lot's happening today and tomorrow, but I hope wherever you are, just want to say this nice message. Hope you are all safe this holiday season, and thanks for all of your support this year. It means a lot. And so we're gonna the way we're gonna order things today. I'll give a little outline. So Brian and I are going to chat a little bit about some news, some interesting survey news, PPP news, this great PPP fraud video we put up last week. Um, there's some data we have for our 2022 year in review. I'll briefly talk about that, and then we want to hear from you. What are your goals and plans for 2023 as an individual, but also as an entrepreneur and small business owner? Would be really interesting to hear your thoughts. A lot of you need to chime in the comments, and anyone can leave a comment as long as you're subscribed for a few minutes. So if you're not subscribed, hit subscribe, and then probably in 5 minutes we'll pick the first $1,000 grant winner. And thanks to everyone who's given out the shout outs here. Brian, where should we kick things off today?
Well, yeah, you mentioned it. Let's talk about that video that we did about the PPP fraud, because that was something that we covered a lot during PPP. You were helping a lot of people with that. I'm interested to know if anybody was successfully got any of those PPP loans. Let us know in the comments. But yeah, right. If you haven't seen it, Ryder did a video last week where he read through it all over. Was it over 100 pages, Ryder, of a Congress report?
Yeah, it was the new congressional report on PPP fraud and how a couple of the fintech companies. Of course, a lot of you who've been tuned in for over a year know this. A lot of you got PPP. Chime in if you have, and you used folks. We had partners. There were also other partners like Womply and Blue Acorn that were doing ads. Well, turns out they were also aiding. Maybe aiding is not the right word. What's enabling fraud to take place. Basically, Womply and Blue Acorn especially were kind of turning a blind eye and saying like, hey, we're not the fraud police. That was the big headline. We're not the fraud police. And so anyone who came in as an individual, you were eligible for $20,000, $20,800 as one person. And then basically, if you had 5 employees, multiply that by 5. So that was tens of billions of dollars, right, Brian? That
Yeah.
a lot of illegitimate businesses got this funding, and these were forgivable loans. Most were forgiven, and so, yeah, that's all. Brian, how do you feel about that?
Yeah. Blue Acorn. I think the most interesting part for me was when Blue Acorn hired a firm in Arizona that was their friends that ended up hiring a bunch of people that were friends and family of the owners of Blue Acorn to process PPP loans. And I think it was something like they had like 2 billion dollars in PPP loans they were processing, and they had one employee actually in charge of checking the fraud for all of those loans. So yeah, basically what happened, anyone could just say, hey, I have a business, and then, hey, yeah, you work for me, just throw it on there and turn it in, and you just get a bunch of money. And they weren't checking it at all, because they were saying, hey, the SBA, they take all the risk, not us, so who cares? If it goes through, we get paid. And they made hundreds of millions of dollars. I think another interesting thing was that those owners of those companies, they also took out PPP loans for themselves, which is really interesting. When they're really profitable, they're making so much money, and they took out hundreds of thousands of dollars, in some cases over millions of dollars in PPP loans that got forgiven, that they didn't need, that was taken from businesses that maybe actually needed it. So it's really an interesting video. If you have the time to go watch it, it's about 10 minutes long. Ryder gets really in depth with just all of like there's like text messages, Slack messages of people saying just crazy stuff about it just shows the mindset and the mentality that these people had, that was really motivated by greed for their companies and just trying to cash in real quick. And they did. So we'll see what happens. I think some fled the country, some are still here, and who knows? It'll be another FTX situation, though. People getting extradited and all that stuff. It seems like it, at least.
Absolutely. Speaking of, this news just came out. Absolutely. I think a lot of these, let's say, white collar financial crimes related to the pandemic, of course, FTX isn't, but in some way it is, because when we printed $6 trillion, a lot of people, I'm sorry, the heater in New York is making noise here, but a lot of people put this money into places like FTX. And so a lot of this is kind of, when you print $6 trillion, fraud's going to happen, right? And in fact, Brian, one of the quotes from this article was, I forget who said it. Someone at Blue Acorn said, even fraud is good for the economy. That was the quote. So I was like, really? Okay. But yeah, in case you missed it, exactly. SBF, was flown back last night. He's in Manhattan today. He was in before the Southern District in Manhattan, and apparently he has bond. He's out on bond, $250 million. So yeah, what do you guys think about that news? Yeah, I'm curious what monitoring will take place, and it looks like his number 2 and number 3, basically the other 2 leaders, are already cooperating with investigators, and they've already pled guilty to some things, to cooperating for that's a whole mess as well. Yeah, happy holidays. Okay, we've got other news. I'm going to pick our first $1,000 grant winner now, because then we've got a couple more grants to give out today. And if you haven't yet, so in January and all of 2023, we are continuing our grants, and we're increasing our grants. So if you want to be part of these monthly grants, of course, if you're already a Skip user, you're going to get notified. But if you're not, there's also a link in the description. I think, Brian, it's the top link in the description. Drop your email there. So we're going to announce what we're doing for grants in 2023. There's going to be a lot more. And so, yeah, go check out that link, and feel free to tell others. I know a lot of you have been spreading the word this year. So we had almost, about 1,700, over 1,700 entries just for these December grants. And so I always say, look, the odds are good if you sign up. So anyway, let's pick our first grant winner. This first one's going to be for 1,000. Yeah, good luck, everyone. And this is a new spinner wheel. So let's see how it looks here. Wheel number. I think I just do this, maybe. Here we go. All right, here we go. We're picking. This is the spinner wheel. Let's see. Oh, there we are. Random number 270. Okay, 270. Now let's see. Let me pull up who the first $1,000 grant winner is. And in case you don't know, we email all the winners, because not everyone tunes in live when we pick winners, but we email usually, within a day, all the winners if you're not here. Okay, so number 270. $1,000 winner. And usually, unlike a lot of other grant programs where you have to wait for months to get the money or you jump through various hoops, we usually, I like to talk to the winners. And then after I get to meet you, usually send the money within a couple days. Okay, number 270, all the way back up at the top here. Someone who joined early here, and it's Tiffany S. Tiffany with an I at the end, S. And congrats, Tiffany.
Congratulations, Tiffany. Let us know if you're here still, Tiffany.
Yeah, if you're around, hopefully you are. Today we're not doing live grants like we've done in the past. I know a lot of you have tuned in because if you're watching, you drop in your email, we pick out live grants. We're not doing that today. We're going to be doing that again in January, though. So yeah, congrats, Tiffany. And before we continue with a couple more grants, I guess, Brian, do we have results of the poll that you put up?
We do, yeah. Yeah, we got a bunch. We got over 150. Let me end the poll now. And yeah, I'll share that with you. So we got, yeah, it's kind of what we thought here. Let me share it with you, Ryder. You can read it out here. We have so the poll was, what are your business goals for 2023? Had 154 people enter. So 66% of people said that their goals are to get funded. To get funded in 2023, and then 18% said their goal is to increase their sales. 9% want to open your business, so it's around 10% of you are still in that beginning phases of trying to open your business, and then 5% are looking to hire your first employee, which I think is always an interesting sign of growth there. That's a lot of people don't even make it past that point of being, a solopreneur, to actually going out and hiring people and getting a team and growing in that way. So that's great that 5% of you are hoping to do that next year.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Brian. That's a good turnout too. Yeah. So 2/3 you want funding. Funding is often the gateway to enabling a lot of things. When you have it, you can then, if it's, use that to open up your business, hire your first employee, or increase sales. But I always like to say, look, funding is never the ends, it's the means. And there's also other ways to do things in a low cost way. And I think that's, Brian, I think we'll probably do a video on this too, but one of the big trends for 2022 is the economy, of course, but post EIDL, when the EIDL program ended in April, this corresponded with higher inflation rates, higher Fed interest rates, lowering stock market. We've seen that now for the past 8 months. We expect this to continue into 2023. And so there's still going to be a lot of challenges. That means it's the best time if you're a lean small business or a lean entrepreneur. So if you apply for grants, whether it's one of our 1K, 5K grants, or maybe we'll do larger grants next year, one of our partner grants, etc. You can, the goal is to how can you make your capital go further and use that to, make hire more people or increase your sales.
Yeah, definitely.
Wait, were there questions, were there options in the poll that weren't answered, that didn't get any votes?
No, I wanted to do more, but I was only able to do 4 different questions. I was gonna try to do a couple more there, but we're limited to 4 right now.
YouTube limits you.
Yep.
And if you're just tuning in, yeah, thanks for everyone who's dropped in where they're watching from. We've got most of the country represented today. So a lot of you safe at home. Or if any of you are at the airport today or otherwise traveling, don't text and drive, but share if you are. And yeah, Shannon, great perspective there. That sounds like
a good idea for a video, right? Or maybe 5 things you can do for your business that cost zero. Things that you can do. More with less.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, and I love all the positive energy going into the new year. One of the things we've seen now for the past few years is, right, there's the holiday week next week, and then everyone starts January with all this momentum, all this energy. I mean, this is New Year's resolutions, but not only for you personally, but for your business. So if you didn't get all the funding you wanted this year, you're going to come out of the gate ready to go in 2023. And so there was also one more piece of news I want to share before we pick the next winner here. Well, first of all, the Senate passed 1.65 trillion bill. So in case, speaking of printing money, well, this is just the typical budget, the budgeting that they do. And every time this time of year, this Congress is always stuck. They want to avoid a shutdown, so they need to pass the bill. So, there's more spending. In fact, I haven't looked in detail about what's within this spending, but obviously defense is usually the largest. 858 billion goes to military spending. Of course, many of you saw President Zelensky from Ukraine was on Congress yesterday because they're trying to get more money from the U.S. to support, the war effort. And then there's 772 billion in non-defense discretionary spending. So what if the Congress could just allocate a small number of that to give out more small business grants? What do you think about that?
That'd be great.
Should I pitch that to them?
Yep.
Yeah. So, okay, before we pick the next winner, thanks to everyone who's taken our year-end survey, 2022 year-end survey. I think we're going to release the results next week. I shared a few takeaways last week, but here the most interesting ones were this. When we asked, I wish I had applied for more funding this year. We asked that. Do you agree with that statement? 53% of you strongly agreed and 20% somewhat agreed. So, nearly 8 out of 10 of you felt, man, you should have gone after more funding. So I guess that's why a lot of you are tuned in. Absolutely, as Ladybug puts, more small business grants. And the other thing I wanted to share here was when we asked, I wish you had more help with your business. How do you feel about that statement? 85% of you agreed with that, either strongly or somewhat. 85% wish you had more help. So it's a good sign too, to not do it alone. Like you may start out saying like, yeah, I can do all this. I can accomplish what I need to do. But at some point you need to scale yourself and give yourself a break. You can't do all the things. And so hopefully, our goal for all of you tuned in, hopefully we can help you get more help for your business and get more funding for your business in the new year. And one way to start with that is to pick another $1,000 grant winner. So let's see here. Let's pick, let me reset the wheel. And these are for folks who entered, in case you're tuning in, who entered on our website. How do I? Okay, maybe I just click start now. Nope. Maybe I have to refresh here. Well, while I refresh the wheel, Brian, was there anything else that you wanted to mention on the news?
There's just a couple things here in the comments that I just wanted to answer real quick. Someone was asking if they have to apply for the grant every time or just once, and this has changed. So yeah, every single month we have a different grant for that month that you're going to need to apply for on our website. We've gone over that a bunch. We can maybe do that again at the end, Ryder, if we have time to show people how to apply for grants. But yeah, basically you need to just have a skip account. You need to go onto your funding tracker and add the grant, or whatever grant it is, to your funding tracker. So if you are interested in, what that's going to be for January, like Ryder mentioned, we do have a link in the description. Just leave your email and we'll give you the directions and let you know when that's available to do quickly. And then just real quick, don't like to bring this up, but someone was mentioning to something about you talking with them on WhatsApp. It sounds like maybe they were talking to some of the scammers in the comments, because this is definitely not anything that Ryder ever does. So if anyone's ever asking you to message them anywhere,
yeah, it's been the other theme of this year, it's been the year of scammers. So a lot of you, and by the way, they get more sophisticated every month, and it's across all industries, but especially small business and financial industries. So good PSA. Hopefully it gets better in 2023. But yeah, if you ever find, for Skip, we will only ask you to, go to our website where you book on our secure website or with our phone number, but don't WhatsApp, Venmo, or Telegram or whatever else is out there. don't do that.
Or
Don't
text
worry.
message. They ask, they say that a lot. None of that stuff. That's just, that's not how to get in contact. Just go to our official website, helloskip.com.
Absolutely. So we've picked $1,000 winner. We're going to pick the next $1,000 winner, and then we'll end with the $5,000 winner. And so let's
do it.
We've got the wheel back up here, and by the way, just before I spin here, we've got new versions of our app that are out. The app's free in the App Store, Google Play. Just search Hello Skip. This was a big deal. We hadn't updated our app in almost 10 months. We've got more videos, exclusive videos, more funding opportunities. There's a ton more coming there. So if you're on the go, you can tune in and check out new grants, new funding opportunities right on the Skip app. Let's see how, would love to hear your feedback. A year and a half ago, we got this up to number 80 in the App Store. So let's see if we can get this, to be a, top 10 app in early 2023. Okay, our next $1,000 winner. Here we go. Where's the start thing? Okay, just go like this here. All right. Winner number 487 for the $1,000 grant. Let me see who 487 is. And our second winner goes by the name of Chelsea Yu. CHELSAE. Congrats on winning $1,000.
Congratulations.
Yeah. And it looks like Chelsea has a healthcare business. So congrats. And Chelsea, if you're here, we'd love to know. And you're getting lots of love in the comments. There we go. Yes, congrats to everyone. So we got one more $5,000 winner to give out, and all of you are any winners on the live? Any past winners on the live chat now? If you're here watching or tune in and you're a past winner, would love to hear. We may release, more. Stories about people who've won. I was fortunate enough to talk to a lot of winners this year, and it's really great to see what you use the grants for, whether it's 500 or 1,000. So, Brian, was there anything else?
Well, I wanted to also mention for people, I would love to know if this is your first time here, if this is your first time on one of the lives with us. I'd love to know if you guys can just leave in the comments, just say first time, let us know, because we just want to welcome you guys, and excited to have you here, because Ryder's been doing this for over 2 years now. This will be our third year now of giving out grants. Over $100,000 in grants have been given out, and it's cool to know that there's people that are still just for the first time checking us out, and getting to be a part of this community that we got. We get a lot of you guys every single week come in. We're starting to know you guys by names, and some of you are in all the time in the comments, encouraging everybody, congratulating, and let us know if this is your first time. We have a couple, looks like, right here. First time on the live.
Welcome to Terrence, Trevicia. Yeah, we see you. Liz, and we see you. And Faith, speaking of folks who've been here for a long time, Faith and Karen, a lot of you, I'm just seeing the comments are going fast now, but a lot of you have been tuned in for forever. And we're here every week, and we'll have more special guests in 2023, just to look forward to that. Other creators, other business experts, entrepreneurs. We're going to have a lot more of those. Brian and I will still be doing our weekly grants roundup every Tuesday. Right, Brian? You still down to do that again? Oh,
yeah. Yeah, we're doing it Thursday. I guess this isn't really the grant roundup. This is the grant giveaway. But usually every single Tuesday is when we do it at 12 p.m. Pacific and 3 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, and we usually go around 30 minutes or so. And a lot of the times, for example, we have SBA director at the SBA on every once in a while, talking about new programs, new policies, new disaster loans, and a lot of them will be Q&A, so you can ask questions ahead of time as well. And just to say, we'll do lives in other areas too, and we'll often post in other places too. So if you're not following us, I just dropped the socials down below. Brian, if you remove the comment, people can see the socials there. Because, and here's why. Let me, we put up this, where did it go here? And, yeah, I had up, here it is. This was a great little video that Brian put together. And if you haven't, you go watch it. It's kind of, if you're curious about who's behind the Skip team here, we posted this on our LinkedIn, so if you can follow us there as well. But we had a nice little. I don't know if the audio shows up, but we have a nice little.
Yeah, I don't think they can hear it. At least I can't hear it. But if you follow us on our LinkedIn, was that right, Ryder? You put this on LinkedIn?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll just let it roll. But this, you get to see some of the faces behind the Skip team. Our teams all over the U.S., similar to all of you all over the U.S. And we say kind of what our favorite parts were for the year, what we're looking forward to for next year. So if you're curious, go watch it.
Yeah, I think that's something that maybe people aren't always aware of, because the videos are you, Ryder. You're on the YouTube, and that's where everyone sees. But we have a large team all around the world. Everyone, everywhere from East Coast to West Coast, all over the place. And we have people that help with so many different things. So it's really cool to know, that we have this network of people that are helping out small businesses. It's not just Ryder on the YouTube, though. He is our fearless leader.
Well, let's say, and so there's some of the faces behind Skip here. So, and all right, we do 2020 onward. So if you watch that, would love to hear what you think about it. Brian, should we pick the third
5K
winner today without further ado? And if you don't win the $5,000 grant, don't worry. Like I said, you just by being here, not only for our grants but other grants, look, we'll help you get a grant in 2023. So you're in the right place. And I think we even have a few new grants up on the app, right, Brian?
Yeah, we have a bunch there. If you guys want to download that, we're adding new ones every single week for different people that they all have different requirements and whatnot. But every week.
Yeah.
And I want to say before we do pick the next one, we have about 125 likes right now, which is great. We're not going to hold the likes hostage for you guys this time, but it'd be great if you guys can give us a like on there, because that does help out. All this money comes from our YouTube revenue. So the more we're, getting the word out here on YouTube, the more revenue that we can give back next year.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think we've kind of done back of the envelope math where it's like for every like is almost like giving $1. So of course you can give super stickers and chats, but you can also hit the like button, and then we put most of that revenue back into exactly what we're doing here. Grants for you. A couple stories we've heard is like you'll use it to buy supplies for your business. You'll use $1,000 to get your website up if you haven't done that yet. What else? What could you use 1,000 or 5,000 for?
That's a good question, because we are about to do the 5,000. So let us know in the comments, if you had $5,000 for your business, what would you spend it on?
Yeah, 5,000 is all right. We'll see who wins. Yeah, what would you use it for? And pay off debt. I mean, you can say that if you want, but it's
sure.
Pay off your Christmas presents.
Payments?
Yeah, EIDL. To pay off EIDL payments. I'll say it once more in case you're just tuning in. If you took an EIDL loan, you have the option of lowering your EIDL payments. If you go to the Skip blog, we posted that about a month ago. But you can lower your payments for up to 6 months if you need some temporary relief. That's the hardship accommodation. So in case you haven't done that yet. All right, let's pick our $5,000 winner. before you go enjoy your Thursday afternoon. All right. Here we go. 4:45. All right. And we did, by the way, a lot of you reshared Instagram post last night. We said you get an extra entry if you reposted. So we may do that again in the future, but you are all counted as well. We saw everyone who reshared between last night and this morning. 4:45. Let's see who it is. Any guesses? Who do you guys think?
How do you guess? I think
People-
Sam
people-
Bankman.
How do you
Fried
guess?
might have
People put
mentioned
down their own name.
I think SBF answered. He might need a
Oh,
little.
this
bit
is
of
for
that
his because
for his bail.
for his bond. Yeah, that'll get him towards yeah. I'm surprised we don't have many SBF impersonators trying to be funny like with their username saying they're using it to pay off their bond. All right, here we go. The $5,000 winner is Steve H. Steve H.
Congratulations.
Congrats, Steve. You
Steve
are
H.
the latest Skip Grant winner, our December 5K. And congrats to the other winners from today as well. Chelsea and who was the other one? I've got it on the sheet here. But congrats. Yeah. And yeah, can't wait to give out more in the new year. And yeah, just, the final thoughts, would love to hear. Look, what are you all looking forward to this holiday season? What's some small thing in your life that you're looking forward to? Would love to hear. And I'm grateful. I've said this last time, but I'm grateful for our incredible Skip team and our community, because all of you who've tuned in kept me at it. Early on, I said, "Oh, should we do these grants? Maybe we'll do it for a few months." But you guys love the grants so much, makes sense that we kept at it. We're going to continue to do it, and we have partners for next year, so it won't just be our YouTube revenue; it will be other corporate money as well. So there'll be more. So we're looking forward to that. Yeah. What about you, Brian?
Well, I'm excited to have a full business year where COVID's a thing of the past, where it's no more restrictions, no more crazy pandemic stuff. That maybe we can get back to normal. I know that it's uncertain how the economy will be, but I'm excited for just at least no more of that stuff going on where we have to shut businesses down and all that stuff. It's definitely was a lot of really hard time for business owners.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. We heard a lot of those this year, especially the last half of the year is tough for a lot of you. And I appreciate it, Reggie. Appreciate the Christmas greetings, and from all of you, and Dolores, and too many people to thank. But yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, I think we're going to be here to support you all. So wherever your business goes in 2023, we're going to be here. Period. So I've made the joke, we're going to be here in 2050 when your EIDL loans are set to be paid off. So, it's, I'll just have a few more gray hairs, but well, without further ado, congrats to the winners for today. And yeah, thanks for tuning into the news. And, if you want to be in touch for our January grants, if you're not a Skip user, number one, you go check out our app in the App Store. It's free. Hello Skip. And Google Play. Number two, there's a link in the description. We'll tell you when we announce our January grants and our year-end survey, 2022recap.com. So would love to hear your thoughts. And Tiffany was the third winner. Congrats to her. Tiffany, Chelsea, and the third, who Steve. Congrats to you three. And that's it. From all of us at Skip, hope you all have a great holidays. Safe travels, great Christmas, and we'll see you all soon. Bye-bye, everyone.
See you.